Hey all, welcome to the part 22. We are looking at real certification questions. Please hit the subscribe button. If you have not yet, this channel will help you with clearing cloud certifications. Now let us jump into the questions. This one is a very interesting question. By the way, this is my handle, YouTube handle, and you can go and watch shorts as well. I keep posting regular shorts. You can gain quick knowledge going through the shorts. See, the problem with this question is these guys are sharing credentials. Okay, so if you see this guy is a bad player. He is also sharing credentials. And why are they sharing credentials? Because this guy, the security engineer, this guy is not able to provision IAM users in time. So that is why he is sad. And this guy is happy. So option A will only help you to prevent these guys from sharing credentials, but it is not giving a solution as to how this guy will solve the problem. If you see shanty towns in the city, people say that kick these people out of the shanty towns and clear the dirty shanty towns. But where will those people stay? Breaking their homes is not a solution. Providing alternate accommodation is a solution. So A is wrong. If you see C, it is wrong. What it is saying is from your office, no? Suppose you work for TCS. From TCS, it will connect you to the VPC, AWS VPC, and then who can access? It is just telling kind of allow permissions to all services if it originates from corporate premises. That means any Tom, Dick, and Harry. For example, if the data is confidential, like the salary data of the employees for TCS employees, so that your IT people should not be able to see. But these guys are saying that any Tom, Dick, and Harry can access it. So this is wrong. Now D is also like A. It is telling boss break the shanty towns and kick out the poor people. But it is not giving a solution like give alternate accommodation to the people. It is not giving you the solution. It is just telling boss break their houses, kick them out. That means using D, these guys will not be able to share passwords. But then how will they access? How will they do their work? So we have only one answer here. You will have to create federation. Yes, boss, you have to do federation. You cannot give that expression. So in identity federation, you have an identity provider, you have service provider. In this case, identity provider is our corporate, service provider is AWS resources, and you build a trust relationship of trust. Then identity provider will send assertion to service provider. Assertion is like sign in name and other attributes it will send. Then service provider will grant scope of resource access. So this is my answer. Now let us look at this question. So this portion, no, it is denying this portion. Deny. What it is denying? It is denying access to EC2 if multi-factor authentication is false. That means only if people have MFA authenticated, then only they can do anything with EC2. Otherwise, they would be denied. So that policy is implemented that we saw here. So this has been implemented, and but still now people are not able to perform EC2 commands. Something goes wrong. Now, how should you solve this and still use MFA? So MFA, it is a best practice because it is a second authentication factor. So first one is you write your username password. Second one is it will give you some sort of OTP in your application on your mobile. Nowadays you will see banks will do that. They will send you some OTP on some app. Why do they do that? Because idiots have multiplied in this world at a very faster pace. See here, they are telling that you change this portion, no, this portion to true. If you change this to true, then access will always be denied. If what it will do is if you get OTP and you put your OTP and you are MFA authenticated, still EC2 access will be denied to you. So A is wrong. See, federation is a solution that you use when you have two different types of networks, like a corporate network, and then you want to access AWS resources. So that's why here it will not be useful. For MFS, it is no use. See, under what scenarios you use MFA? For example, you have EC2 instance, it is up and running, everything is fine. Then this dude comes and tries to stop the instance. He stops it, uh, and he did not intend to stop it, but he stops it. So there should be something to tell this guy that he is stopping the instance. These are crucial activities. Why stopping the instance is crucial? Have you thought about it? Why it is crucial? See, on your EC2 instance, a website is suppose it is hosted. You accidentally shut down the service is out, and then users will face difficulty. You will lose business for that time, for the downtime. So you use MFA. Under that scenario, if he is trying to stop the instance, it will tell boss, please give me the code for my MFA. And then this guy will realize, oh, do I really need to stop the instance? See, assume role, why do you use? When you want to give someone temporary credentials that time. So in this question, nobody is talking about temporary credentials. Okay. So we are left with only one answer, that is option B. See, get session token is also temporary credential, but why do you use this? Exactly our use case. If you want to use MFA to protect programmatic calls, like you are trying to stop the instances. So MFA enabled IAM users would need to call get session token and submit MFA code, and then they can access. That time they will get temporary security credentials. So this would be my answer. So by the way, there is a sad news that earthquake, a very heavy earthquake, it struck Syria and Turkey. A lot of people died. So if there are donation camps set up by any organization to help them, please try to help. Syria, as it is, was a war-torn country. Now there is a natural calamity as well. So let us look at this question now. So valid configurations for using SSL certificates with CloudFront. Why do we use SSL certificates? So if you want to encrypt a data at transit, what transit means is moving from one system to the other system. Data is moving. So in the network, somebody can hack. Yeah, there are assholes who can hack it from the network also. So you want to prevent that, then we use encryption in transit also. Now what should we do for CloudFront? First option is saying default AWS certificate manager. Okay. So if you want to store these certificates, no, SSL certificates, which you use for encryption in transit, you store these certificates in certificate manager. But we don't use default certificate. Default means anything. See, you are doing a work of security. Okay. For example, bank locker people. Will they use default keys so that anybody can have you can use it? They will not. They will give very specialized keys, and it will be a secret. Like a girl, how many people they date through Tinder or etc. That is always a secret. Now, B, they are telling use custom SSL certificate, which is fine, but KMS is used. Why it is used? You have gone through so many videos. Why it is used? Think about it. You use KMS to store keys. So it gives you control over cryptographic keys to protect your data. It is not about certificate. It is about keys. It is not about certificate. It is about keys. So this is wrong. Keys is also something to do with encryption, but um, it is different to certificates. C tells that you will use default CloudFront certificate. Yes, you should. This guy Vinay, he has posted this video. If you see this, CloudFront assigns default domain to your distribution, and the CloudFront default certificate already selected for your distribution. So C is correct. D is also correct. Certificate manager is all about certificates. Okay, you store certificates, SSL, TLS certificates, which is used for encryption. Encryption in motion, in transit, in motion, in transit. So you store certificates here. These are just like your degree certificates. So your degree certificate, you are not storing it anywhere, right? You store it in a safe place or in a locker somewhere like that. So D is correct. E is wrong. See, anything to do with default. See, you are trying to store gold in a bank's locker. Will they give you a default locker with a default key? No. They will give you a locker which is only for you. The keys only you will have or the bank will have. Together you should use both keys together, then it will open. So E is wrong. Anything to do with custom is correct, and I have to choose three answers. Now many people think, hey, IAM and certificates. Yes, boss. You read this article. You can manage certificates in IAM also. With certificates, SSL, TLS certificate. So these answers are correct. So do not forget to subscribe. This channel, believe me, will help you clear certifications. It is helping so many people. So why are you underprivileged and not subscribing? Subscribe it, boss. It will help you clear certifications, build your career, gain knowledge. The handle is CloudGrow Ninja on this YouTube channel. So we are only dealing with real certification questions. Why? Because we do not waste time studying extra stuff. So this brings us to the end of part 22. Stay tuned, and I will keep posting many more such parts. You can click the join button below this video and become a cloud kernel or a cloud ninja member to gain access to more questions.